The deaf community takes a stand against the Callaway County jail plan.
If you're impaired driving and are stopped, you are still subject to the same DWI type laws that we have in place.
Why more troopers are patrolling the highway this weekend.
And MU moving $25 million will follow the trail. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
MU is making significant budget changes for 2020. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Monica Madden. Thanks for joining us. The biggest change is reallocating $25 million from different departments. KOMU 8's Jared Austin joins us live from MU to look at how this affects each university department. Jared?
The university decided to take a portion of funds from almost every department on campus. The numbers range from $100,000 to $3.5 million. Chancellor Alexander Cartwright says this is an effort to make sure students are staying successful while at MU. The fiscal budget for the upcoming school year calls for departments to give funds to the university.
That you have an institution that prides itself on being fiscally responsible.
Chancellor Alexander Cartwright and his office decided to reallocate money from different departments. I'm going to show you here on a smaller scale using just 3 departments with $1 on each single side. Now that would be like the university taking 5% from arts and sciences, 6% from engineering, and then 7% from medicine, and putting all that money aside towards more scholarships, research support. The total amount of money reallocated will be $25 million. $9.6 million will go towards scholarships, $10.5 million towards employee promotions, and $4.6 million will go to research support. That's about 4% of the university's overall budget. Vice Chancellor Latha Ramshan sees this as a way to help increase enrollment.
Share that knowledge with students in a classroom in a way that's affordable, accessible.
The university met with each dean and had to find a way to pull these funds from each department, having the most common reduction at 6%.
We are preparing for the future so that this institution is sustainable for at least another 150 years.
And to keep MU a competitive school so it gains more attraction from prospective students. Chancellor Cartwright also said he does not expect any layoffs from this and that it will begin at the beginning of next fiscal year in July. Live on MU's campus, I'm Jared Austin, KOMU 8 News.
Callaway County's plans for a new jail might be crumbling at a faster rate than the existing jail. The county asked the state to use part of the Missouri School for the Deaf campus. KOMU 8's Shelby Lofton spoke with members of the deaf community who say this plan compromises their safety.
I'm standing right outside a vacant Rice Hall. This is the site where Missouri lawmakers are looking to rebuild the Callaway County Jail. At today's meeting, people talked about the fond memories that happened inside these hallways, and nearby residents worry a new jail would threaten their safety. Today's meeting may have been silent at times, but opinions were loud and clear. People stressed 3 main points: safety, school enrollment, and oppression.
It feels just like more oppression of all deaf people.
The state is looking to build a new jail on the campus. Some people from the Missouri School for the Deaf worry about children's safety with a nearby jail.
Then, how would you feel if a prison was built next to your daycare?
MSD alumni and allies took turns at the mic to question the proposal.
So if they come to school and they see a prison next door, what are they going to think? Those parents are going to say, no way am I sending my kid there. I can guarantee it.
Presiding Commissioner Gary Jungerman was present at today's meeting. He said using Rice Hall may not be as big of a savings as he originally had thought, and he appreciated the frank conversation.
Some of them think that the county's their enemy, potentially, and we're not. We're not their enemy.
Meeting organizer Maddie Brown said she was inspired to organize a civil discussion in one of her classes.
The deaf community is such a beautiful community. As soon as I started interacting and getting involved in the local deaf community, I realized what amazing experiences all of the people in the community have.
Hands shot into the air, signing applause for alternative uses for the space.
Why not instead establish a nursing home?
For now, the home to 56 students will stay as it is. So far, there's no word on when lawmakers will decide where the inmates will be housed there. I spoke with the presiding commissioner after the meeting. He said it's up to state lawmakers on what decision they will make. State lawmakers like Senator Jeannie Ridley. Youngerman said he isn't sure how Ridley will vote. Live in Fulton, I'm Shelby Lofton, KOMU 8 News.
About 3 weeks ago, Callaway County Commissioner Roger Fisher told KOMU 8 parts of the 30-year-old jail have been sinking or cracking for decades and represents a safety concern. He says in addition to the structural damage, overcrowding is also an issue.
It is a breezy afternoon across mid-Missouri with winds out of the north at 26 miles per hour right now. That's calmed down just a few miles per hour, but gusts are still up to 40 miles per hour. You can see those calmer winds off to our west. Those are going to gradually make their way here through the next couple of hours. Right now, though, 60 our current temperature in Columbia, 62 in Jefferson City, 59 in Versailles, and 59 in Lynn. Temperatures will fall to about 57 degrees by 7 o'clock, eventually falling into the 40s by 11 with clear skies across the area. Those clear skies allow temperatures to fall off tonight, and it's going to be chilly, but this high pressure system is going to dominate the area as we go through the weekend. We're talking sunny skies and warmer temperatures as this pushes off to the south and we get in on southerly flow. Warmer air is on the way. How warm? I'll tell you that coming up.
A Columbia attorney is asking Governor Parson to get involved in what he calls a cover-up case. Stephen Weiss believes Columbia police protected Barry Manthe, who had a prostitution and drug dealing business in Columbia. Manthe was convicted last month of promoting prostitution online. Weiss says Manthe was an informant for the police department.
Governor Parson's office.
Weiss wants the governor to appoint a special prosecutor to this case, which could be a lengthy process. Weiss had strong words for the governor.
Do you think that our government should be assisting drug-dealing sex traffickers of teenage girls in their operations and protecting them? Or do you think that if they break the law, they should be held accountable? Take a stand, Governor.
Police say they're still reviewing the case. It came to light after a story and investigation by the Columbia Missourian.
Jefferson City Police named 4 businesses which recently sold alcohol to an 18-year-old. Police did compliance checks at 16 different businesses. An 18-year-old female acting on behalf of police showed her ID at the counter. Police say 12 businesses turned her away, but 4 did not. They include the Break Time on Clark Avenue, plus We Be Smokin', Alco Bacco, and Beeline Station, all located on Missouri Boulevard. Jefferson City Police took 2 drivers into custody after separate chases. Officers said Molly Seymour took off from the Schnucks grocery store, sideswiped another vehicle before stopping. She was arrested for theft, resisting arrest, and leaving the scene of a crash. With the help of a canine, police took Damian Rotter into custody after he drove off from a traffic stop. He had a previous arrest warrant. Both chases were last night.
Law enforcement is cracking down on drug-impaired drivers this weekend. Their reason behind the efforts, that's coming up.
Plus, Columbia teachers getting a raise. How much of a raise? That's after the break.
And we have a melted chocolate alert for our Sunday as temperatures warm into the 70s and 80s. I'm tracking your weekend forecast, your Easter forecast, coming up in just a few minutes.
If you're seeing more highway patrol troopers this weekend, there's a reason.
Troopers are watching for drug-impaired drivers. KOMU 8's McKenna Alexander explains the patrol's effort during this specific weekend.
Obviously, 420 is a big time of year for those who you don't want to partake in marijuana.
420, the popular event among cannabis enthusiasts that occurs every April 20th, is leading Highway Patrol to take special care to watch for high drivers this weekend. The campaign, Drive High, Get a DUI, aims to remind drivers that driving high can yield consequences as extreme as driving drunk.
So if you're thinking about smoking marijuana before you drive,
you may want to reconsider it this year.
If you are impaired driving, no matter if it is a prescription drug, alcohol, marijuana, or what, if you're impaired driving and are stopped, you are still subject to the same DWI type laws that we have in place.
Highway Patrol is trained in detecting drug use and suggests finding an alternate ride home if using marijuana. McKenna Alexander, KOMU 8 News in Columbia.
The increased patrolling is for the entire weekend, but MoDOT assures enforcement will continue throughout the year.
That warming trend I've been talking about, it continues not just for Saturday, but for Sunday as well. It's going to be feeling rather summer-like. My full forecast is only a few minutes away. Stay tuned.
The Columbia School Board approved teacher raises for the next school year. Members said yes to a 4.5% increase during a work session. The plan also includes raising salaries for first-year teachers. The district says raises have been in the works for many years and include full benefits.
It also includes continuation of full payment, 100% benefits for our employees, which is something that is pretty special that our Board of Education does for its employees.
The Columbia Missouri National Education Association worked closely with the board on the plan.
Well, we have a lot of sunshine, but that was not the case earlier today. We started with very cloudy skies. but that sunshine has returned and it's here to stay for the weekend. 60 is our current temperature. It's what we were expecting for this afternoon. Winds out of the north at 26 miles per hour, so it is breezy. And if you're traveling east to west, that northerly breeze may knock you around a little bit, so hold on to your steering wheel tightly. You can see on our satellite and radar cloud cover off to the east, but that is moving out of here, and along with the rain associated with it as well. Active weather continues on the east coast, but here in central Missouri, we are under the influence of a high pressure system. But this low pressure system is what brought us thunderstorms a couple of nights ago, and it's bringing severe weather to the Carolinas. But again, this high pressure system, that's going to be dominating our weather for this weekend, giving us plenty of sunshine. Precipcast, if you're traveling anywhere across the country, well, we'll let you know what you're expecting. Headed east, might run into a little bit of rain, and that thunderstorm activity, that moves out of the country as we go through the overnight hours and out to sea. Not really looking at anything there. The Ohio River Valley will feature a little bit of rain as we go through the beginning of Saturday as a system develops on the west coast. But if you're traveling to grandma's house locally in the Midwest, things are going to be just fine for your Easter festivities. If you're celebrating early on Saturday or waiting till Sunday, those clear skies continue across central Missouri and the central United States. This system off to the west in the Rockies starts to develop and does give us a little bit of cloud cover late in the day Sunday. And then as we continue this Sunday night into Monday, we'll start to look for a few rain chances to move into central Missouri. As of this point, this rain is not looking that impressive. I think we're looking at isolated showers and even some sunshine for Monday, but do expect a few extra clouds to move into the area. Here's your Easter weekend forecast that we've been previewing. 71 degrees on Saturday, abundantly sunny skies, and winds much calmer than they were today. Those winds do pick back up on Sunday, though. They're out of the south, and that southerly wind is a warm weather direction wind that's going to help us warm into the lower 80s with those late day clouds arriving. But again, expect abundantly sunny skies for the most part. Again, we're dry this weekend. A 20% chance of a few showers on Monday. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, that's when those rain chances are going to start to move back into the area as a stationary boundary stalls out across central Missouri. And we're pretty much right on track for rain for both the month and the year. So April showers bringing those May flowers for sure. Your forecast for tonight, certainly not feeling summer-like. 39 degrees our low temperature, clear skies. This is slightly below average for this time of the year. 71 our high temperature tomorrow. Those winds out of the west-northwest, they'll be southerly as we head into Sunday, and that helps boost those temperatures into the 80s. 78 on Monday with those few showers possible. Tuesday will fall back a little bit, but still be relatively mild. Upper 60s, lower 70s for the rest of your work week. And look at those low temperatures. After tonight, we're seeing those low temperatures at or above 50 degrees. 50 for Sunday morning, 60 for Monday morning, and then we're back into those middle 50s. Now it's time for your Weather IQ question of the day. It's sponsored by Jiffy Lube, the least sunny place on Earth. Where is it? Seattle, Washington, Helsinki, Finland, or the South Pole?
Well, for half of the year, the South Pole is in darkness.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going with the South Pole.
That is correct. They only get about 182 days of sunshine a year, so.
I'm not moving there anytime soon.
I'm not going
thank
there.
you. Not that the South Pole sounds like an appealing place to live anyway.
Yeah,
I don't think
definitely
so.
not.
Matt, thank you very much. Here's what's happening right now. Columbia Water and Light reports more than 1,500 customers are without power at this hour. They blame the high winds. This map shows where the outages are, mostly in south central Columbia. Crews have been sent out to fix it. There's no guess when power will be restored. The Royals on a hot streak, but their hot heads have caused a bit of trouble. Sports is next.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
Good evening, everybody. We're living on the diamond tonight with the theme of New York. We begin with the St. Louis Cardinals, who are hosting the Mets tonight in the first of a 3-game series at Busch Stadium. Adam Wainwright gets the start for Mike Schilt. The offense has been hot lately for the Birds. They're averaging over 6.5 runs per game in their last 7 games. Now back east, the Royals are taking on the other New York team, the Yankees, tonight. After scoring 6 unanswered to win 6-1 last night, the Royals will try and take Game 2 and guarantee at least a split of the 4-game series, which would be a pretty big accomplishment for this team and a good step. That one just got underway. Jacob Eunice is starting for the Royals. The Royals will be without Brad Keller for a start. The 23-year-old was suspended today by the MLB for hitting Tim Anderson during Wednesday's game against the White Sox. Keller was less than pleased with Anderson's reaction to hitting a home run earlier in the game, so now he will miss 5 games, which is 1 start. Mizzou baseball down in Georgia this weekend. The Tigers lost Game 1 of the series last night to the 6th-ranked Bulldogs 3-0. The Tigers have moved Art Hoven into the weekend rotation in Tyler LaPlante's absence. He's pitching tonight, which means TJ Sycamore will likely go tomorrow. That one in the bottom of the first. Mizzou actually was the victim of a triple play after 3 straight hits to start the game. On the softball side, Mizzou takes on Texas A&M in the second of their 3-game set. Last night, the Tigers won a tight one, 4-3. This is a pretty important series for Mizzou as they're floating right at the conference 500 mark, and this is a series that they should win. The start tonight for the Tigers, that one just started. We'll have highlights later. New baseball in Mexico this spring, and KOMU 8's Ethan Burks gives us a preview of the new program.
For over 130 years, we've been molding young men into the best leaders that they can possibly be, and baseball is now the latest avenue for us to be able to do that.
A little bit nervous, kind of the idea of, it's coming from, hasn't been here in 5 years, to really stepping it up to, starting this new team.
And this is just into our newsroom. Jonte Porter said that he will be declaring for the 2019 NBA draft. It's unclear. You can see a statement here whether he's hired an agent or not. We will have more on this at 9 and 10 as more details come out. And as for that story, you can catch that Sunday night on Sports Extra with Chris Trevino. And I will see you right back here with more on Jonte Porter, as well as all kinds of highlights tonight at 10 o'clock.
Now here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 10. Construction on the tunnel on the Katy Trail is causing a headache for Rocheport business owners.
How much longer will the project last? That's coming up at 10 o'clock. Matt.
And winds remain breezy right now, actually the cause of some power outages in Columbia. Out of the north at 26 miles per hour, gusting up to 40. Those winds will calm down through the overnight hours, and by tomorrow, we're down near 40 degrees in the morning, warming into the lower 70s by the afternoon with a lot of sunshine.
Some firefighters near Kansas City helped push a man with a broken wheelchair to his home. Raytown firefighters rode up on the man Tuesday and saw that his electric wheelchair wasn't working. They got out of their fire truck, pushed him up the hill about a mile to his house, and the crew said they were happy to help out. Oh, that's
Good
sweet.
for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
That's a
helping hand.
Yeah, always could use that.
I can think of two things to go hunting for this weekend.
Eggs and mushrooms?
You got it.
Aha.
I've seen some pictures of the morels. I mean, it's just like dozens of them.
Wow.
So, yeah. That is our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night.